All right, we live, guys. We are live on multiple platforms. We're looking at a computer screen and 3 or 4 phones. So
that's right.
If we ain't looking at you, we're still here. Don't worry about it.
But we coming for you.
We coming for you.
And it's 10X Titans
Live.
episode 8.
We 8. Infinity right now. We
That's
in
right.
infinity mode. So, guys, for the first time you're joining us or seeing this show, my name is Matt, and this is Morgan. We are the captains, I guess you could say, of the Cardone Canada business based out of Vancouver.
Like team captains.
Yeah. Cardone Canada. We are the official licensee for Grant Cardone products in Canada. We are the only licensed company on the planet to use Grant's name, and we do our best to live up to it. So we have a team here in Port Moody, British Columbia, and we work with businesses all across Canada, individuals, businesses, helping them grow their sales, grow their business, train their teams, their sales teams, their management teams, and help them in every capacity we possibly can in sales and in marketing. So we want to come to you today with a special message that most of you will come across at some point in your career.
Oh, yeah. And if you don't, let me just say, I don't know what the 10X rule is right now, but if you don't come across this, you ain't doing it right. Okay? Because today's conversation, ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually really excited that this is Matt's choice today. What's up? Good to see everyone, by the way. Rochelle, Mickey, Michelle. We got user 96 mean jumping on here. Okay? This one's real to me because there was a point in time when there was 2 people in this office making calls, getting punched in the face. And today's topic is about how to use haters to fuel you. Okay, Grant says you go from obscurity, which is, write this down if you guys are watching, everyone's biggest problems, to criticism, to hate. Arrgh. If people be hating you. Why this one, man?
And what's after hate, though?
Well, admiration.
Yeah, admiration.
That's when people are like, yo, good job. So why this?
Well, this one's key because it's so easy to get stopped. I mean, we've all done this. We've all been the recipient of a hater in some capacity. I mean, whether you're driving in traffic and someone cuts you off and gives you the finger, whether you're in business and someone comments negatively on your social media post, whether you're, out in public and someone swears at you for no reason. Like, you're going to come across haters on planet Earth. Yeah. And most of us aren't equipped to deal with it. We're ill-equipped to deal with people who hate us or have ill will against us. So we just wanted to come and say, how do we deal with haters in our office? I mean, we get them all the time. Grant gets them all the time because his focus is attention. With attention, and especially in today's space, you're going to get haters that come with it. It's the name of the game. Yeah. And we just want to share how we handle getting haters. Most people will withdraw. It's an easy thing to do, is not get attention, draw back. Rethink their strategy. Hey, was that then they start questioning all this shit, and you're backpedaling, and that hater's making you backpedal. Yeah. So that's where that came from, and I think it's an important message. We'll keep it tight, and we'll just share how we handle haters. Because if you get haters on social media, if you get haters in your business, if you're making cold calls, if you're doing any kind of outreach, if you're promoting yourself in any capacity, chances are you've either gotten a hater or guaranteed you will get one now or very soon in the future. So embrace the haters.
Embrace it. There's really 4 responses you guys can have, and this is from the 10X rule. Response number 1 is you can retreat. A lot of people do this. I've done this before.
We all have, yep.
I remember we're in the office, 2020. We're promoting like crazy, getting attention online, and I get this guy reach out to me on LinkedIn. You remember this?
Yeah.
Reaches out to me on LinkedIn. Have not talked to this guy in literally over a decade. My only memories of him are being completely smashed at a party when I was in high school. Haven't talked to this guy in a decade. I get this snarky little message. Oh, you guys keep people in the office? And I was like, yeah. Takes that, screenshots the message, posts it on Twitter, gets his entire company to post on Twitter about how terrible of a company that we are because we out here working trying to serve our customers, right? So at first I took option 1 as I retreated. I'm like, oh my God, I was so upset. And then you were like, dude, fuck that guy. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, fuck that guy. Why? Because the haters are going to try and push you down. So obviously, number 1, you can retreat. Number 2 is you can do nothing about it. Some people do that. They try and ignore it. Number 3 is you can do the average thing, which is just, post a couple comments of defense. But level 4, guys, is and this is why this is a great topic. This is the first thing to do. It's time to take massive action. As an example, we got some hate on our Google page maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago. And we're like, what should we do? We used that to realize, dude, our Google page is anemic. It had nothing on it. And then we got like 50, 100 5-star reviews in the next like week after that.
Yep.
We use that one little bit of hate and criticism. Good to see you guys, by the way. To literally 100x our Google page, and we've gotten deals from Google now as a result of that, and we had no attention on it. So, at least from my perspective, and tell me if you agree with that, use the hate as the place to put 10 times more effort and energy, because, like Grant's saying, like you're doing it right when you start getting feedback from the marketplace, and a lot of that feedback at first is going to be negative. If you can get 50% of the population to hate you, you can be president. Okay, think about that for a second. 50% of the population of the world hates you. You can be the damn president of the United States in America.
So true.
You get 100% of the world to hate you, you can be prime minister, but that's a different country.
Yeah. So, very good points. All good points. And two things to keep in mind, guys, is when you get haters, number one, they could be legitimate, like they actually just hate you. Or number two is they could have a very low confront level, which means they actually have a difficulty facing you head on. So they actually go to a medium where they feel they can communicate and drop some hate.
Yep.
So as an example, this happened to us a few times actually on Google pages. People would not confront us directly or speak to us directly. They would go to our Google page and leave a review because they lacked the gumption, they lacked the balls, they lacked the confront to actually communicate to us what their problem was. So they went on Google, a form where they could type something in at the comfort of their own desk, put some hate on our company, drop our review down. And what we did, this happened to us twice. The first time, Morgan called the guy directly, found his number, called him directly, handled the situation. He bumped up his 3 stars.
Yeah.
But what that allowed us to do, like Morgan said, we threw fuel on the fire. We started getting hammering Google reviews. We got one negative review, allowed us to get 50 more Google reviews, bump us up to over 6 figures on 5-star reviews on Google, which helped us. The second time this happened, I went and confronted the person because they left us a negative Google review, had a great conversation with them, sorted out the situation in person. Boom, they bumped up our Google review and the situation was handled.
Yeah.
So anytime you get a hater, number one, if it's confrontable, confront it, face it head on. If it's a social media comment, you've never seen this person in your life, they've never done business with you, they have no association with your business, that's a real hater. Just, keep outflowing, keep promoting. Yeah. But if it's a legitimate concern, handle it, call them, get in contact with them, get in communication with them, resolve it as best you can, and move forward. Most people don't do that, and that's where the haters come in. Sometimes legit, sometimes they're not legit.
No. And you know what's interesting? Just the psychology behind that. Like, guys, this should be no surprise for you. This is why the number one rule of selling is so powerful. And if you know it, drop in the comments, by the way. What is the number one rule of sales? If you guys know that, I want you to drop it in the comments. Okay, if you studied our content, you know this. But people have this need, this gluttonous, this insatiable, this, I don't even know if insatiable is a word. Insatiable, okay? This pervasive, meaning like it spreads like a disease, need to be right, okay? So think about this for a second. You're out there doing the right things, going to the marketplace, working your ass off, right? Eddie Muirhead saying, always agree. You are correct.
Let's go, Eddie.
Eddie Muirhead, what's up, brother? Good to see you, okay? You're going out doing your job, and you get little Johnny out here throwing some hate. Well, why? Because you are doing the right thing. And you are reminding them that they are not doing the right thing. So when they're at home smoking joints, playing Xbox, you're out there promoting. To make sense of their situation, they have to make you wrong. They have to make you wrong. Otherwise, they look at themselves and say, dude, why is Matt succeeding and I'm out here failing? Right? So I want you guys to just have that and think with that. Like when you get a lot of this hate, it has nothing to do with you. They're talking to themselves. They're saying, dude, I wish I was out here doing more, but I'm freaking not. So I have to make that person wrong to justify my fucking meager, sad existence on this planet Earth. Okay? So this is where some of the hate comes from. If you can have that viewpoint, when you get the hate, you're like, oh my God, dude, I am helping this person realize that they're bumping up against something.
Yeah.
And when you guys do this properly, like you are going to have that happen because there is a lot of average people on this planet, unfortunately. And it's not even that they want to be, but there's so much bad information education out there. That's why we're doing this podcast for you, though, to bring you some data that you can use and apply in your life. So just like Matt's saying, pour fuel on the fire, but recognize it's coming from the fact that you're reminding them that you're doing the right thing. So keep pushing forward.
Yeah. That's a good point. And most to wrap it up, guys, most haters are inferior. Mm-hmm. So what I mean by that is if you look at any hater, like legit, how good are they actually doing? Like look at their following. Is their following bigger than yours? Do they actually have a better business than yours? Are they more successful than you? Are they making more money than you? Are they healthier than you? Most of the time, they're not. Most of the time, they're lacking the skill, the ability to actually do better. And so they, like Morgan says, they're hating on you for it. So
Yeah.
just all you got to do is look. You just got to look. You don't got to like think about it. Just is this person like who is this person? You look at their business or their you're like, man, this person's a joke. It's a fake account.
Yeah.
And social media is the worst for that. Like we posted a video, a great example. I think we're live on TikTok right now. So maybe some of these people are on here. We posted a video on TikTok, most views ever, like almost 80,000 views in less than 2 days on TikTok. Crazy, blew up on there. And there's a bunch of comments on there. There's a bunch of good ones, but there's a bunch of negative ones. People talking about this will never work. All these keyboard warriors talking about sales. Guarantee they've never done sales, and if they have, they probably suck at it. Guarantee none of these people have ever run a $10 million, $20 million, $30 million business before. And they're just dropping all this hate, and you're just like, it's easy to like get in your head about, oh, are they right? They're not right. Half these people know what the fuck they're talking about. The other half are just having fun, joking around because they have nothing better to do with their lives. So don't take haters seriously, guys. And if there's a legit person that needs to be handled, handle them. But move on, promote, keep promoting, get your name out there, and let the haters roll off your back and use them as fire. Do not get stuck dealing with these people. Just move forward, hammer, 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 and get your name out there. You be ethical about it. But get your name out there.
Dude,
that's how you do it,
bro.
That's how you do it.
We got a vibe going on today.
That's it. Any last message from you, Morgan? That's my final say on the haters.
Let me tell you a story, guys. And you know my last message would be: I remember the first place I learned this lesson was actually with your brother. Previous company we worked at. Not going to name any names. I remember sitting in a meeting, and there was a guy that was sort of in charge of the division that we worked under. Was like, you guys can't do this. You guys aren't going to be able to build this business. And, you know, a great example is Corey took that as fuel and became the #1 sales team for that entire company. This is a multi-billion-dollar company. Use that as the spark to say, hey, let me show you. So guys, if you get the hate from anyone, like, it's fuel, baby. Okay? Yep. Pour it on. And if you want to be right, hey, outproduce the problem, outproduce the hate. If they go on hate, give them something to hate. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Episode 7.
Episode 8.
8. Okay. 10X Titans every Tuesday at 3:15 PST. Matt, bring us home. What do we got to end this with? You told me to bring it home, but I give it back to you.
I think just like, man, I was doing some research on Last Dance again with Michael Jordan, and that dude knew how to handle the haters. Yeah. And the haters weren't like the people and the fans just chirping. There were people, the haters were the other team members that were like talking smack, trying to bring them down. And he just brought it to them. He just showed them. Like, he schooled people. The Detroit Pistons, for example, that had beat the Bulls 2 times getting to the championships, they swept them. And I think it was 91 that they swept the Detroit Pistons, like smacked these guys around. And he put them in their place, so much so that they wouldn't even shake hands at the end of the game. They all walked off like a bunch of bitches. They wouldn't even shake the hands of the Bulls team. So I was like, man, that's the mentality to have when you got haters, when people are trying to bring you down. And not even just the people in the stands, but the people on the field that you're competing against that are hating on you. Man, pull a Michael Jordan and smack these people around. Don't compete with them. Pull a Michael Jordan, sweep them, dominate their ass. And that's how you handle a hater. You pull an MJ on them and go 4-0. Let's go.
Boom.
That's it. That's we wrapping up.
Hey,
10X Titans Live. We'll
in.
see you guys next week.
Every Tuesday, 3:15. Crush it, guys. Take care.